Okay, hi y'all. The ability to be happy. um, I'm sure it exists, right? I mean, there's got to be people out there who are kind of happy. Whatever that means. I mean, what does it mean? Um, I don't know. Hard to know. There's different ways to talk about it, I guess. But it doesn't matter all that much. Uh, right now, it's like chasing being happy doesn't probably doesn't work so well. Um, I talked a little bit about like it doesn't make sense a lot of the time. The way that we what we think's gonna make us happy, but also know that it's not. um, so what does make us happy? Um, and who are these happy people? um, it's funny because I can talk about unhappy people till the cows come home. They're everywhere. I'm among them. I can definitely talk about at least stuff out of my past that makes it real easy to talk about how unhappy I was or how troubled by this or that, or can talk about my friends, my family, my people on TV, people on the internet everywhere. You know what I mean? That's easy. But what about not that? What about people who are not unhappy? Where are they? Um, they're they're there. Um, and I think it's also pretty clear why it's harder to talk about them. It's because they are not as loud. Um, and the way that we run stuff currently, um, being happy or okay with stuff is not sexy. It's not, uh, you know, it's not cool. It's not interesting. It's boring. What are you going to talk about? What are you going to, you know, have emotions about? What are you going to be mad about? What are you going to, I don't know, attack? You going to attack someone happy? You going to judge them? We can do that. Um, there's not as much action there. That's what it seems like. Seems like to me. Um, so it, that that in itself is kind of funny. That the thing that most of us say that we're going for is actually not that interesting to us. Can you believe that? So like being sane, basically, being here in the world, being okay with what is actually here, um, is not attractive, basically, to the dominant part of us, and a lot of us, which is that's hilarious. Um, so I mean, if we go off of you know what I was saying about unhappiness, basically continually chasing things that we think or we're being told are going to make us happy, and then falling on our face over and over, because it doesn't work. Um, the ability to be happy is the opposite of that, I guess. So then what is that? What is that? What does that look like? It means what? Not chasing stuff that we know is not going to make us happy. Sounds dumb, but I guess that's what it is. But with that then goes like, why aren't you chasing that stuff? Aren't you trying to be happy like anymore? It gets weird. This gets weird for sure. Um, so basically, people who are okay with what they have, meaning, yeah, physically what they have, and I guess who they are then is a part of that. Um, Being okay with like where they're at, but you know, but how can you keep that up? Because like your life keeps changing. Are you just gonna sit somewhere semi nice and just sit there because it's like okay and you kind of have everything you need? Like what kind of life is that? Right? That's what most of us would say then. So then you would stop doing stuff if you were happy, or content, or like okay with everything. Um, it's kind of like it makes me think of the opposite of like the people who have everything or can have everything, like physical, lots of money, lots of whatever. The opposite of that. The opposite of that is someone who doesn't have anything, who's not well off, who doesn't have money, who doesn't even have enough. You would lots of people would say they think that they have enough, and that they're not needing anything. Those people exist also. Kitties. Two kitties. Um, those people exist. So what do they know that we don't? Um, it's at least something to like look at that also makes it again obvious that having stuff has almost nothing to do with how content you are. And that's all around us. But the opposite also does exist, where you see people who are not well off, who don't have a lot of stuff, whatever, however you want to look at it. There's very many different standards to that, obviously. Which is another kind of like hint. It doesn't freaking matter how much stuff you have. Like, not at all. Um, there's a, you kind of hear all the time, like, there's a threshold of things that that you do need. Um, in terms of nourishment and shelter, real needs. And then beyond that, it's like it's extra, and it barely, if it doesn't have to impact your like quality of living, of life, of experience. Mm. And the more you have, the more you know this, I think, deep down. It's not adding anything. So where do we end up then? What? Why can some people be happy, even independent, of what their life is like? That's the next question for sure. I think most of us probably, have some feeling of the answer, but that it's not. It does not seem fun. It does not seem exciting. It does not seem attractive to just be hanging out in this, whatever this is for you, and be like, yeah, this is it. This is what I have. This is where I'm at. This is my life. This is the world. Okay? that could like seems to go against, at such a basic level, what we've been trained our entire lives. Um, which is why it's completely alien, I think, to so many of us. And if it ever does happen, we have a little moment like that, we forget. We do not even recognize how important that like moment is. And I've had a few of those moments for sure. I remember in the past that I blanked for years and years, and then remembered again down the road. I mean, it's almost like we have a defense up against this kind of whole idea, or that state of being, which again just does not make any sense. That you would defend against something that, at the root, gives you what you are saying the whole time that you want. So, more nonsense. um, I don't know. I think I've reached my time limit. Um, but I'm wishing happiness upon you. um, yeah. Thanks for being here, for listening. Till next time.